welcomed one, let's be honest, as KC face up against Heretics. And Heretics, for the most part, have had the best of their opponents this year. And KC start things off with a 4-1 split. 4 in towards B main, but Heretics ready to meet this. It's Narrate up first, shot's not hitting, but the flash is, and it's a little bit chaotic, but it's an even trade between both before Rienz gets one of his own. And right now, Heretics could probably get out with everything that they've got.
Yeah, 3 versus 2. I think Boo is boosted here in market and makes the most of the off angle. Sugesu a little late to check that. So now Narrate in the clutch. 5 headhunter bullets left. Not sure if Benji's cam has just checked him, but they have a rough idea of where he is. They should be looking to group up here.
Well, seems to have escaped things, an avenue towards that A site, and
yeah, it's just going to spot him if he walks into the site, though. And Benji, of course, has a trap for elbow as well. I think the big thing to take away from this round so far, though, for me, for KC, it's the lack of strats they were talking about. And how Aves was saying, we don't have any set defaults, but we like to, you know, use certain utility and brawl for different areas. Interesting B main is where they go first. Heretics identifying that.
oh,
And I think Narrate has now been spotted, so...
yeah. The thing is, though, these lack of strats has allowed Narrate to actually have a lot of value as that cam is broken, but obviously the trap not. The chamber TP on the other side of that, but I don't think Narrate's going to have time to TP as he takes that one fight, and now they're going to know if he does go for the plane. Well, now they can just hold towards elbow. A misplay from Narrate, it seems, as he tried to big brain it. It's Team Heretics to get the pistol round.
Yeah, a few ways that you can work out of that one. Narrate nearly wipes the slate clean. But just building off that conversation that we started there, yeah, if it's going to come down to team fights, then Heretics, you would expect, will have the edge. Early B main brawl. And that's only backed up by the history here, Cairo. This is their 7th meeting. KC have only won this fixture once between the two teams.
Yes.
And that was the kickoff 2024 final.
Nice, guys, let's go.
Sitting on the honours list.
Yeah, I mean, nearly, what, 3 years ago?
One suppressed.
Feels like it at this point.
Does that. As for KC's loose style, how they're trying to approach this one, they're going to be given an orb in B main, and not a whole bunch after that. And you can see Heretics happy to bunker up, happy not to give anything away.
Yeah, Dozier forced to break the dart in B main, so he's been identified. Nice utility from Rienz just to try and flush him out the corner, and the follow-up shot is even nicer. The hands of Heretics, the hand of God perhaps, guiding them towards the A site right now. That's just funneled into Koshmaris and this Marshall though. So when you're looking at, you know, what ults can be brought up online here heading towards the bonus, it's not too much on either side, but Aves finding that orb, it's going to make him well on his way to a Nightfall.
Yeah, 3 away after his death as well.
Or a kill.
Or a kill.
Very pessimistic view from you there, Cairo.
Thank you, mate. Try to... yeah, well, there you go, mate. There's your answer.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man! Aves with the double!
Aye, fair enough. But Heretics, most importantly, managing to get through the majority of their buys into the next one.
Yeah, he's 1 away from it now. The Nightfall, of course. And I think Aves is definitely a player to be highlighting on this KC side in general. As you say, that looser style's really benefited him, I think. While a lot of IGLs would maybe be a little more obsessed on the micro there.
Yeah.
You know, he is a star player on this team, and that's the role he fulfilled when Shados was leading the team, so...
yeah. I think he is like the kind of franchise player, if you want to brand him as that, as he's found his way through a few rosters, managing to survive.
Shutting them down.
That's the thing about KC as well, the overarching point. It's a change of environment, which is helping them start to deliver now. And Narrate, having found the first, an extension on the A play, Boo going down. Woot's knife not quite reaching the far corner.
Yeah, and that'll be frustrating.
They're at a player disadvantage. And you can see intent to keep on fighting here if you're Heretics. Mid is where they're currently set up to engage.
After this wall drops, does KC begin to make their play, it seems like. A double swing and narrate. Unbelievable shots. Well, every single player happy now to head towards A. They know the swing came from that right side of top mid, the A side of top mid, so it should be free.
Yeah, really nice round from Narrate. Positioning fantastic, especially for that first kill off the knife. Reading into some of the tendencies on the Heretics side. Could be in for another hit, and that's as easy as it's going to get. Narrate one away from an ace. And KC with their first queued up here on Sunset.
Would be a massive boon towards your performance in this map.
Especially if you keep it clean, right?
100%. I mean, right now, KC, we expected them to have a good start, but I mean, with Narrate's performances, could get even better. Rien's down in tiles.
And I think Narrate's got this one bang on. He does read the situation. Rien's will not go down easy, as has been the case so far this stage. But KC do find their first round on their own map pick, and it's through Narrate and his 4K.
Well, that's where things now start to get interesting. We're into the bulk of the buys, but Team Heritage need to be careful as their cred's slow. And yeah, nice, well played by Narrate.
Another one of those players who has done very well. Back with Zeish in control. Talking about how each player requires something different and the human element of the game, which he's been able to work with Narrate on. Early setup here from Heretics to take that A main control, and there is no punishment, no pushback from KC this time.
Of course, you're going to be on that lane with the one way, but it seems as if KC are ready to fight this. Boo here as well manages to escape with his life, and Team Heretics starting to lean towards mid, trying to re-clear that space in the map.
Yeah, solid scaling here from KC though on A, and with Heretics having used some of that early util, there aren't too many pieces left. Koshmara still with the stun, of course, but now KC applying pressure through elbow. They insert Levin and may just look to leave him behind.
Waiting to see if KC do go and make the first move, or
yeah, it's the decision that they've got to make, right? If Abez is committing the ult here, it's only going to tag one player.
at this moment in time, sure, but you can see Dorsey has set up with a beautiful scan. Levin as well, and KC completely unlock the A site. Team Heretics, absolutely no response.
30 seconds left.
And the Rates watching mid, cutting off rotates. This is a very difficult start for Heretics and the Rifles.
Yeah, this is a really well set up round from KC on the other side. Avez had that decision to make in the mid-round where they wanted to commit to A or maybe look to bounce off of Narrate's position as he's looking to find himself in action again. Closing out the round with those final 2 kills and denying any saved weaponry for Heretics.
I think the proactivity from Heretics is spot on as well as they try and challenge mid, and you can see that that cognizance from Heretics' history on Sunset is still there, the setups and the likes. But when it comes to that actual push, there is little to no resistance. I mean, realistically, it's a freebie that's given to Kosh, and that's how they get the only kill of the round.
Find a way through them.
Yeah, it was this map main factor of Heretics' pull back in 2024 when they went on a kickoff run with KC.
I mean, the whole year, right?
Yeah. KC, it was more their split, I think, at the start of that event.
Yes, yes.
But rebuilding the pool here, this is one which they have played pretty consistently over time. And up against the Eco, an opportunity to take the lead for themselves now. Narrate's moved over to a Outlaw, just looking to punish those extensions again. It's all about timings for me on the Heretics side. If they can get any good info to actually isolate a player like Narrate, who's already started to chip away at Rians.
Seems as if there's an idea about that mid-fight once again from Heretics, but KC mitigate that, stay away, and I mean, wait for all the utility to be used before moving back into that space.
Gotta go.
Yeah, Kosh does land the tag back, and as you can see, KC setting up for this B split through market. Not dealt with all of the Cypher utility yet. There's a one-way up to try and play off here. It's Benji and Rians on the site itself. Wu arriving, and in support setting up a flash. Rians does walk away with one, and the numbers are still here for Heretics, but it's this gun advantage for KC that you've got to be tracking. And with that, Dozier lines him up and knocks him down. Only Boo left standing. And with KC finding the right pressure point, it is a surgical execution.
Exactly what you'd expect of a team like this. Sugetsu just seen the head of Boo. Makes a meal of this one. And for Boo, let's see how much damage you can actually do here. Because I was going to say for a minute, Casey, a couple of players low, that rifle able to be picked up, not the case. So 3 in a row now for the French side.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was wondering whether Heretics wanted to fully engage on middle after hearing Narrate TP away. But it was just a bit of poke and prod in the end. And despite the flood backside, well mitigated by KC in these team fights. Dozier loving his eco frags.
You've got to. The one thing they've got to do is track what's coming. Teach him to do something different that he's not comfortable doing. Maybe try and support his natural play style.
Exactly. And I think that's a big theme in Valorant at the moment, right? Leaning into your comfort rather than trying to crowbar in what you think is the best theory for your team.
Nice little set piece here, but it has netted nothing at this moment in time.
And look how far Levin's managed to get into this backline.
It's all about where the market players go, and they've found a fight. Riens and Benji working together. Just keep your eye on Levin and where he goes. It seems that for the moment, Team Heretics have an idea. There was a gap in the map.
It's this Viper wall as well, right, which is just continuing to create that top mid pressure, and with Levin now sighted, KC do have sight control and a chance to get into post.
Seas doesn't net anything. Rien's even's got one more. And Benji stuck with his back to the door, needs to try and get out of there. But Dossier, absolutely blinding. Even gets support in Levin, but the spike knocked down. And Boo with a chance to come back in, reprise his role.
Yeah, Boo looking to encroach on site, but wants to wait for the plant first. Levin still roaming around in market.
I mean, Dossier's close, looking to play up on another. Dossier swings fast, but Levin now isolated. And Boo knows that. Doesn't identify the position of the Neon, and KC keep their streak alive.
Yeah, that's fantastic work from KC at the end there. I thought that Dozier had, you know, drifted off for a moment, looking in the wrong direction, walking in the open. Not the easiest contact for Levin to immediately peek off, but gets it done in the end, supporting one another in their efforts towards market. And this just shows how good KC can look at the height of their protocol-heavy, reaction-based Valorant. Levin taking so much space at the start of the round off of that initial set piece.
Very quick. I mean, it's a flash down mid as a setup for the B main push, but Levin once again featuring in the kill feed.
Fighting fire with fire here, KC. They know it's the weaker weapons.
Well, they try to re-clear and they're successful in doing so. Riens did have the Guardian, but he doesn't want to offer a fight. Instead, calling for support.
Never first player down. Usually the last one left in the round. And this is a brilliant freeze from KC. Just starving Heretics of any information, seeing if they can force their hand. But Riens is unwavering, committed to this B site.
Well, he's getting nowhere to go realistically, so he's going to have 5 targets to try and knock down.
Dart should be coming back up in just a moment. I wonder if we get an awkward timing. Not after that audio cue.
Definitely not. So Riens definitely knows exactly what's heading his way. As the right swings out. I mean, Levin having to commit the ult to clear that, but I don't think it was necessary.
Narrate on a no-looker peek. I don't know what that one was, but clearing close, I suppose. And yeah, Rien's just good for the one. So 2 versus 4 coming back in here. You've got that second layer safety net of Sugetsu through middle as well.
Yeah, Woot flinging his flash through mid, and as the players start to work their way back in, it is just a Sheriff and a Bandit. So overall, it should be pretty easy to finish out. Sugetsu making a meal of it, and Aves looking to finish his dinner. So overall, KC pretty clean, and I don't think there's much contest there.
No, KC starting to run away with things a little bit here. Of course, the game against Fnatic the other day was the real barometer of strength for this team, I think, after the opening games that they had. With the context now of Eternal Fire's performance yesterday. 7 overtimes across the 3 maps there. And so, or 7 rounds of OT, I should say, 14 total. Long one, but unfortunate not to get through.
Pressing.
Alright, oh, this time has been detected and forced back, no TP out. Having to respect now that space the Heretics have got. In fact, there's no respect at all, and
Brilliant.
Boo's going to punish that. At the same time, the scale up through mid is what needs to be careful. It's Levin once again. You speak about awkward timings, it comes through right here in top mid. Levin swinging wide and even delivering, but Boo once again, 3 kills, massive.
Coming up with the goods this time, but Aves is the spike carrier. He is a lucky boy. Benji backs away.
Big 1v1, and it's Boo to win it out.
Boo. And it's just sensational from the captain. Nice little micro play to re-clear the A main space, and now they have a rough idea where Aves is.
Paranoia looks decent, and Aves still wants that fight onto the Omen, but as you said, there's Rien's, and there's the kill, so Heretics finally back in the round count.
Yeah, really, really like that from Boo. The call to try and catch Narrate once he was cornered at the start. Maybe a little bit of a misplay for him to just walk straight through the one-way here. But I think this is the difference, right? Heretics actually winning some engagements on the extremities, the limits of the map. Boo putting on a display in this round in particular.
Definitely, and I mean, you're glad that he has, you're glad that he's showing up now. And now it's for the rest to try and feature Benji, Kosh, Woot. And that's the thing, Woot's flashes so far have been so spot on. It's back to this challenge of the one-way.
Fighting in front of the orb, but KC have brought some util to the table to fight it this time, and Boo will get himself caught. 3 players hit by the knife. Woot knows exactly what this one looks like, but he'll be without the support of Kosh. Maybe he doesn't need it. 2 from that position is almost an over-deliver. Kosh has the fast lane to try and get himself to a position of safety and only fully commits to it once the coast is cleared and the plant goes in.
The timing insane though. Benji with the way back in.
Yeah, Heretics fast on this flood retake. Benji immediately up to Gen, shock dart dealing plenty of damage. Rians has had his impact on this one already, but still trailing by a player. Benji looking for the full wrap.
It's going to take a long way round. KC to meet it though.
Yeah, Aves has it nailed on. Knew exactly what was going on in that brief passage of play. The momentary pause, and with that, Rian's left to a 1v3. He's already knocked a bit of damage off the old block, but it's not going to be enough in this situation. KC keeps storming forwards.
Once again, it's when you get into these moments where you need your individuals to show up, the KC are the ones to win out. I mean, there's a blip in the radar, but overall, since then, KC have started to really show their goods. Lovely from Wu.
It is just an individual moment here and there, like it was Boo on the previous round. It doesn't feel like Heretics have a consistent answer right now for maintaining this A main control. They've been trying to flash in, they've been trying to fight. A different look this time in front of the smoke. And so we'll head to their comms on the KC side and see what they're planning in this attack against the Eco.
I will just go camera.
Mid, you want pressure?
Yeah.
Azam, put pro the left side for me.
You should smoke or something.
I will smoke. Just you come.
I smoke right.
I have timing maybe.
I will come with you, bro.
One hey, make pressure for me.
Camera on me.
Cam,
I destroyed it.
Did you
Let's go split, guys.
one more.
Guys, you can split after.
40 neon.
Guys, go CT, Hazan. Sorry.
He is Stinger. Neon is Stinger.
Let's go in there. I'm gonna come to you. Do you need me with you, Dima?
You can come here. I don't know where to cipher.
Just coming.
Let's go CT, Hazan. Yeah.
Hold my right.
I'm about to get red.
You might be elbow with judge.
They paranoia
I
something.
think I'm not gonna go.
Clear CT,
Yeah,
guys.
we'll just go short.
Nice. Maybe one more. Watch out.
Can be elbow.
I'm
Okay, check elbow.
Gen.
side.
Nice shot.
Nice. Last two were B. No paranoia.
Yeah, I'm holding flank right
I
now.
have one phantom. 40
I will
neon.
go on top side and
Can
watch CT.
you
Can you pick up me? No, just double tower up. Yeah. On my ping.
A well-handled mid-round on the KC side after they found themselves in troubled waters. A deep dive up top mid and towards CT spawn, but the correct play in the end on that A isolation.
100%. Sugetsu, the one to receive the next two. There's delay here. You can see Tosia still has his paranoia.
Yeah. KC not really wanting to overstep and give away any more guns in this situation. Koshmaris already having taken the Phantom for himself. And that's all there's going to be to try and stave off the remaining players here on the KC side. But Sugetsu is having none of it. Already 7 rounds picked up in this half, an advantage to take into the next.
I mean, with 10 rounds played, Heretics haven't really looked that great. I mean, you think back to that pistol round in Anti-Eco, if that goes towards the other side, we're on a 9-1 half. A ridiculous scoreline to start things off.
This is the thing too, we know how good KC can... Difference between an 0-2 and a 2-0 is what we're talking about. But Heretics with just 3 rounds. This is the rifle, but they've stacked 3 bodies in mid to try and challenge an early peak here.
I mean, the thing is, though, they're going to get nothing in Dosia and towards CT.
Ooh.
Going to cancel. And I mean, this B site is looking so
Yeah,
open.
and because Wu has invested the knife as well, there's not going to be anything to slow down this pacey take from the KC side. Just the one trap for backside. That should be spotted out by Benji. And so Levin has tried to jump over it, but yeah, full control KC.
I mean, going to get a Hunter's Fury as well. This is the null command, and Heretics throwing everything into this to try and get back in, pre-flood the site, but they've got nothing for it. No kills just yet, but Levin goes. And KC ready to retreat. Sugetsu's placed as a joker.
I mean, there's so much damage dealt on these KC players. If they can recover this one, it would be ridiculous. A little disorderly in the initial setup, but Heretics poised for this reaggression.
Woot and Benji, double stack, high, low. Heretics. Oh,
Sugetsu!
Unbelievable! A brilliant double, but the last 2 players have 12 HP between them. Abe swings and somehow manages to keep his life. Dosia knows that Kosh is coming, but it's up to Aves now. With just 2 HP, this clutch would be ridiculous, and that is exactly why he can't complete it. So, Heretics up to 4.
Arians won't lose from that position, barking orders, words of encouragement at the rest of his team. A 5th round is enough to save face here for Heretics, but they still sit 1 away from it for the time being. Really nice re-clear into backside, honestly. And that felt like the game plan all along when you consider Benji's positioning so deep in shop.
Nice! Let's go, boys!
Round win by design. And now looking at the ults into the last one here, is KC with all of the tools.
Once again, that mid stack, and I think it's not necessarily about controlling mid, but about being ready to rotate as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Once again, same setup from Benji.
Heretics identifying how reaction heavy this KC side are and looking to enhance that themselves. Reverse engineer it a little bit here. Levin let loose on the ult, but nothing picked up. It's the pit to try and reinforce this space now in post.
You know, Levin's just created a little bit of delay, and as you say, the Viper's pit in as well, but playing on the edge of this, and Heretics don't want anything to do with CT.
No, and because Levin's been left a gap, he's going to be collecting this information, and so focus can be turned towards market now. 4 players to make their reprisal. In fact, it's all 5. A bingo situation for KC. Dozer's cashing in. In fact, he's right behind Rians. Can't hear a damn thing with that seize round his ankles. And so an in-zone flawless for KC to end the half.
Unbelievable play from Dosia, but at the same time, it's been an unbelievable half from KC. For Heretics, we're going to have to see a lot from them, and we heard from Benji about his journey through the Stage 2 so far.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Only lost 1 in the 9 that they've played. So this next one they should be able to get this one started off perfectly.
Yeah, you'd hope so. And of course, the opposite end is if Carmine Core can find this, then they are looking at what could end up being a fairly swift map. Their own pick, of course, Lotus coming up, but for now it's Aves receiving plenty of information and util, both initiators and the Neon spotted towards A already. The pack chasing, but he's happy to concede.
Yeah, give everything up. KC want to play as 5. I mean, there's 1 player towards Plat, sure, but overall it's a full retake.
And look at the util for Heretics. There's barely anything left. Wu has 1 flash to try and counter this on the KC side. Stun, Paranoia, Reveal, they are ready to go.
But when do they pull the trigger? I mean, that one flash used up as they try and take extra space, but Narrate not accounted for him, immediately gonna punish. So KC advantage, and now Heretics, they're all focused on this one chamber who continues to cause problems. Benji with a couple of his own, but he needs more than that, and Narrate's still alive. KC are working on the spike.
Full stick.
Rienz isn't swinging, and KC won a pistol round. Heretics, what is going on?
Yeah, it's nightmarish stuff for Heretics, and Doja holding his nerve there. Rienz thought that the steps would be enough to take him off the spike, but it's a full stick to win them their 9th. Great utility back in. Paranoia had Heretics caught. They were playing really close to the default plant, just looking for one of these ends to try and meet up. But Narrate does such a great job at just delaying it as much as possible, and ultimately I think that's the difference.
Feels as if there's a voodoo about Team Heretics. Whenever you think they're about to get started, things completely fall away. It's that false hope. And how do you even try and execute into what is a much better buy than what you've already got?
Bandit on Benji and Rienz, but that's about it. No force here. Heretics happy to play the long game. We have seen ridiculous comebacks from this team in the past, and always speaking with it being stage 2 and looking towards champs. That's the kind of character you need about a team such as this. If they're to meet the ambitions they have of these deep international runs that we used to expect of them. London, for example, not the playoffs they would have hoped. Eliminated by eventual winners, Leviathan, of course. Much like tournaments we've seen from them in the past.
Yeah, that's pretty easy for 11. Does he realise there's another player close by? Is the execute on B has already begun, and Narrate getting one of his own. And Levin not surprised by anything at this moment in time.
Gun here.
One enemy remaining.
Neither is Narrate.
Nah, it's all too easy from this position. The Benji Bandit 1v5? I can't recall, I've seen this one before. It's a Bulldog picked up to try and get you a little more excited, but brought back down to the ground, and reality with it fairly sharpish. Double digits on the Carmine Core side. Doesn't feel like they've been made to let up at all so far. 2 plants for Heretics, not so bad for the opening rounds though.
Yeah, you would have probably been hoping that Narrate is the one to get that last kill, just so you can get the Tier to Force online. Overall, in terms of any win conditions that can come online for Heretics, I'm looking for that Hunter's Fury hazard.
Yeah, always are gonna be. Rienz on a purple patch, it sticks out like a sore thumb in the stat sheets. But right now, it's a team effort that's required, and as KC are brawling into middle, Levin at the double, Narrate getting things started already with the spike dropped in tiles. A 4 versus 2 to start off the bonus.
It's not been a great start to this best of 3 at all.
It's Levin left behind here as well, actually. I don't know if Heretics expect this or if it's just a full concession of the space. And yeah, Levin is not going to let up at all. 3 from him, and now Benji has to find 3 of his own
Retrieve the spike.
to stop the rot on the Heretics side.
This is a bonus round win for KC. With the buy that they had, it's just all been Levin. Benji does have a neural theft, should he want to gain information.
Problem is, you can't get anywhere near the sights by the time the hat's off your head.
But at the same time, it would help you make a decision. Is A better, is B better? And at this point in time, I don't think he's going to get a decision to make as Dossier comes round the corner. And if Benji swings him, there's a judge in hand.
Where's he
What is
gone?
going on? This is crazy. And Benji still trying to chase down the judge. Omen wins out, and there's your information.
Now this is his chance to try and play now. Benji with that info, cancelled the plant. Second time, in fact, looks for the next pulse of the neural theft to find a fight.
And I mean, it's just as simple as that. A double swing and a trade out. KC up to 11.
Yeah, 2 rounds now, touching distance. Bonus collected. And it just feeling a little too casual for them at this point in time. I was saying at the start of the map, get team fights, and of course it's going to be Heretics that win. But KC have almost built their style entirely off of this micro and team reliant synergy. Not the start you would have hoped for at all if you're on the Heretic side right now.
Quick pop in towards elbow, and that's a nice scan to come back in. Levin, ultimate of his own. And I mean, at this point in time, KC just win every fight sent their way.
It's ridiculous. Heretics instantly put in check. Great use of the ultimate from Levin. 21-9 now he stands.
And Aves up next, a swing round, but does that play in Sugetsu, which won this fight as well? But I mean, Aves is the one who's obviously going to win it at this point in time. KC are up to map point on their own pick.
Every player on this defender's side is equally as imposing. Ending the round with conviction again. And showing so much preparedness for everything that Heretics want to hurl at them. You were talking about the Hunter's Fury being a win condition, something to look towards in this round. It's almost as if KC see that and immediately understand that that's what they're up against. This is what we need to fight into.
Rather than running scared, they run towards you.
Exactly.
What can you do if your team Heretics, if you're not prepared for these fights, of course they're going to take you off guard. And it's back towards EMEA once again, but this time for Heretics, they deposit Boo, and it's easy, advantage taken.
Infallible, with it only being Boo left behind as well. Now all of a sudden, KC get an idea of this bigger picture. Heretics feeling intimidated at what's in front of them, sorry.
Yeah. And you look at Kosh, he's just not had the same impact as what he had in the before.
I mean, Woot as well. We're talking about this difference between Duelist and Initiator. Not been the best of looks. Drone is heard in mid. Narek knows it's not towards his neck of the woods, but he does find the firefight, and Woot pops up with a couple of his own. Okay. Answering Critic.
Oh, but Aves is out backside. He's going for the fight.
Some kills. Aves still hanging around here, though. Like you say, he's under the microscope. He's got it all to do. Levin playing off the shoulder to try and support. Aves only good for the one. Levin's still going, but Benji finally pulls the plug on that one. So Dozier 1 versus 2 for the map.
Yeah, but we've seen him get multi-kill madness before. Still has his paranoia. And I imagine a smoke up soon as well.
Yeah, very much within his means here, Dozier. It's the double swing round the pillar. He's heard this cacophony of steps, and with the paranoia to try and split the play, just doesn't know where Rians has gotten off to. Catches him anyway. Dozier with one more to find. Spenji on the other side of the smoke already spots him. But as the Brit drops back, Dozier has a pocket to play from. Up close, the cams landed inside to check the spike, but Dozier puffs out his chest with a sense of confidence about this KC team. They cut through Heretics with no issue.
5 rounds on the attack, and 5 rounds that they failed to win for Team Heretics. KC look undefeatable at this moment in time, Hazza. And I don't know that series, it was 6-13 in favour of KC, and then Lotus was 13-2. So let's see if they can repeat that feat.
And it's Lotus map 2 as well, and
Yeah.
Haven the decider is what we got as the opener. So yeah, plenty of consistency between these two, but right now it is KC hunting for that first win against Heretics in the last 2 years. It would be a real sign of the times if they can upturn this one.
I mean, at the same time though, it's a different KC. It's a different set of form. KC very ready for the re-clear, or are they? We're already gone, and well, at least Boot gets the trade.
A lot of damage on him though. Dozier just about dropping the body in the end, finds his man, but Rians cuts out the lurk. Now he's part of this rotation, and actually it is sort of Kosh Maris left behind in an awkward situation on A.
Yeah. Still a slow roll from KC. It is given time for Team Heretics to reinforce that site, and Benji's classic.
Timing.
And it's
One
unbelievable
enemy
from
remaining.
Riens and Dosia. Once again, that spike can go down, and Riens has to try and pick this up.
1 versus 3 on the Viper. He's got just a wall to try and cut off this grass angle, but not going to help. Dozier should have him dead to rights if the rest can't finish it off first.
That's what you're thinking. But Riens has pulled off miracles before. Unfortunately, it will not be a miracle this time. It's exactly what we expected. KC to do the damage on the pistol round.
Yeah, it's another pistol for KC. As we said, Heretics have played one less game, but had only lost a single pistol coming into today. It's now back-to-back in the last couple of halves. Really nice fight taken here by them en route. And then just walking that forward onto A. Levin doing exactly what Tom was talking about, contacting up, taking as much space as possible. And
For some
playing
reason,
off of
I
those,
thought we had Raze, not Nate. I'm saying to you, Nate.
of those timings again.
Yeah, and I think right now, Team Heretics are going to be so aware of what the Chamber is wanting to do here. In terms of the lock timings, in terms of even just trying to fight out of A.
Something that KC's comp is going to be really good at, as you say. Having an opportunity to just bail himself from trouble here, Narrate, constantly creating a threat that Heretics will have to address. While it is the eco here, I want to talk about these role change-ups as well. Of course, we've got Benji back on the Vice. It's looked good for them on Lotus, but the overarching one, it's Boo on Scan. It's Rians on this Viper. Kosh on the Omen as well, double smokes.
And I think as well, like, not to be harsh on Kosh, I don't think this is representative of his talents at all, but with this meta shift, he kind of feels like a spare part in terms of the fact that Heretics want to move away from the Neon.
Yeah, I think, you know, Heretics looked so good on the Neon before because you had Miniboo, this selfless entry duelist, and that's the role which Kosh, you know, had fulfilled very well domestically. As you say,
30
though,
seconds left.
things are changing, and this Heretics comp is trying to fit the meta, I think, rather than the other way around. It's a post-plant for KC on B here in their anti-eco, though, and yeah, again, Narrate just really difficult to root out here.
I mean, it's Narrate and Sugetsu who you want to be your casualties here.
Enemy remaining.
And at this point in time, there's absolutely none. In-zone flawless from Carmine Core. A fantastic start once again.
Yeah, it's a very convincing round result for KC, and so they just keep putting one foot in front of another. Keep Heretics honest here heading into the bonus round. It's a huge opportunity to kick on.
I mean, right now, shooting practice, making sure that KC are still as warm as the last map and pass the test, but they have to be careful because this next round is Heretics' rifle round, their own bonus. So let's see exactly how KC maneuver this problem in the comms.
They bubble up insta.
Pasha, can you break a TP after?
This is smoke lane.
Peeking in smoke, peeking through smoke, Borak.
They don't have paranoia, Vice flash, and no reveal.
Okay, guys, I have A.
Yeah, we can just come back there. Can someone come to B instead of me and take the space? We're
I
gonna.
kind of want to grab
I
this
think
on
it's
again.
Vice on A.
Azam leave B, I think. We go A3.
I want to grab this on again.
Okay.
I'm pieces deep.
Guys, I feel like Viper separated as mollies, okay?
Guys,
Let's
just
go search A.
try to walk up onto the stairs, okay? I'm gonna open the room timing. Just wall up and go into stairs.
There is a wall, should be.
Yeah, if there is wall, you just count and go together. But wait, let me open 3 first.
They resmoked on C, guys.
Okay, go now, wall up.
Vice, sorry, I mean fight.
I'm gonna cross
There is
side.
wall, there is wall.
I'm going towards 7. Okay, go B, go B, go B, go B, go B.
I don't have any from B space.
One is heaven. One more heaven. Race.
Wait this here.
Yeah. What do you have?
I'll pick slowly.
Wait,
I have
this
to
one.
read. I have to read. Ready to pick?
You can pick?
Ceiling.
Wait for me, wait for me.
Who is heaven?
It's Omen. Omen ceiling.
30
They don't
seconds.
have
They got
paranoia.
from of me, okay?
No
Ready?
paranoia, no paranoia.
Okay, I'll fight the Omen ceiling. I'll fight the Omen
I
ceiling.
smoke him.
Dima open smoke and this is smoke up.
Retake with the.
Wait a bit.
Come close.
You're gonna retake with
I
the
have
wall.
wall for main.
You
Yes,
will
no
nade
wall up.
A-Link, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Can we manage?
They mollied us.
Okay,
It's a
wood,
shit
walk
molly,
heaven,
it's a
I
shit
go.
molly. We can still go. We
Okay,
can
go, I
still
will
go.
up, let's go, guys.
I go
A-Link,
side.
okay?
Go.
Right.
Go play.
Under, aiding, picking.
Last player standing.
Then 2.
Well, it seems if KC win a pistol round, they go on to never lose a round again because since that pistol round win on Sunset in the second half, they have not lost a round, Hazza. That is now 8 rounds in a row without a loss.
And this is where I bring up that momentum conversation again, Cairo. Look, Heretics have the ability to come back, but losing this many rounds early, yes, it is the attack side. Not expecting the most from the defense, but again, your double controller with the Viper. The tools are there. Just get yourself in the game as it's starting to drift away from them a little bit, and we're going to see that first timeout coming through. To talk about the comms a little bit there, very impressed with Levin, kind of yeah, that's what you're waiting to find out. I think Weber certainly had influence on the previous map in spells, right? But Heretics, even when they onboard that information, it just doesn't last for long enough.
I mean, you see that, but 2 timeouts and only 4 rounds won.
Yeah, and I guess, to be honest, the bigger aspect of it is probably just telling them to lock in. I think that was a very common theme in the previous stage. When they're not awake, you need to get up, smell the coffee soon, because those chances for them to go top 2 start to slip away as you move towards a second loss.
Yeah, it feels like Team Heretics asleep at the wheel at this point in time. They have everything that they need, but just not managing to put pen to paper. They are set up for the A trap though, Hazard.
So paranoia here. Wu doesn't have the nade, already pulled the pin on that one. Play his way out here from Rubble. Plenty of damage on those players, but no kills, and that's what Heretics would want confirmed for themselves. KC roll out the red carpet, the A site is theirs.
I mean, that round just sums up Heretics at this moment in time in this match. A brilliant trap play, but just cannot convert in terms of the mechanical aspect of the game.
Looking out of sorts, that's for sure. Benji going for this one solo into 2 players before Rians even gets to arrive on the A site. The round is over. This is a 4th for KC, no trouble.
Feels like that way.
And then it begs the question, what are the adaptations? Are there sort of anything that you can go off in this round if you're Heretics to think about in the next? Is it that A piece? Is it the same kind of play, or are we going to see a full change up?
I think I would love to see some proactivity, right? I mean, it seems to me that this A fight just has not worked. I mean, you see the pivots that KC are able to make. So let's make the map smaller, not allow KC that space to make the pivots. I mean, for instance, right, you think about
man, just A, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, literally. And I was going to say, like, for instance, that B split, I mean, Narrate was able to walk into that B main position so late into the round with no contest.
KC, the ones that change things up this time. It's into Benji's Vice setup. He's armed to the teeth, both Thorns and a flash to try and play off. Wall is on B, so won't have that at his disposal, but everything else is there for him. Rian's arriving in support, and for KC, they've managed to bait out that utility. This is a small win.
Very quiet across the map in general right now. Not a whole lot happening apart from that boom bot placed by Woods Rays.
Ooh. This is nice. If KC can apply a bit of pressure on A, it's going to burn through some of Rian's toxins. That orb won't be available on C. That is where KC want to hit.
That's exactly it, and it's Narrate to lead that charge. Levin close behind. He's the gap close. I mean, the paranoia in, but the molly's still there, and Riens and Benji are going to combine to hold things down. It has fallen apart for KC here. Heretics looking like themselves again. But it is just a flash in the pan.
30 seconds left.
All things considered.
Sure. It's a way into the conversation more than anything else. If Heretics can build on this, it's going to be absolutely huge for them. I want to talk about this round from a KC perspective very quickly, though, as Sugetsu's going to be trying to save the Vandal. He had 2 players out on A when they went for the C play.
Yeah.
When you look at the map, you're probably thinking, okay, a bit more pressure on C, and then through the door onto B, and the A players will join up through Blue Room. But no, they fully commit to it. A very wide net cast.
Yeah.
Bit of a head scratcher, that one there for me at least.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, at the same time, though, perhaps a call is like, oh, guys, I think there's more than 3 towards this A side, or maybe there's nobody, or there's one at least in towards B. There's only a solo angle that we need to fight. And then instead, they walk into the Viper and the Vise.
Yeah, Rian's util timing was brilliant as well. He had the wall up on A and the C orb, so perfectly prepared for the pop with a tongue twister. So KC taking their first loss of the half, now looking at this A duel again.
Seeing what they have for us, and I mean, keeping things simple. It's a good scan overall by Boot. But you can see already the positions very isolated from Heretics, but much more reserved.
And already opening up that next lane here, KC. You can see Kosh thinking about the paranoia back in. It's Woot that they're trying to set up. He's all by himself in the blue room right now. And of course, KC have main control. They're going to be thinking about the B play this time.
Oh, Woosh just went for the swing and completely decapitated Levin. Team Heretics shook and awake. At the same time, KC still want to try and force the B play.
See if they can find a way to isolate Woot, of course, with that main pressure.
It's a good paranoia.
Perfect.
It's actually caught both players, played in Sugetsu, opened up the B site. It's utility like that that will win you rounds. As now you can see, KC set up for that waterfall, and Benji Fishing needs to be careful.
Yeah, Benji hot under the collar, backs off. Reposition Heretics, 2 players now coming plat. They're heading into Dozier, and Dozier has support.
That steel garden has not caught anybody, but Boo has. Dosia gone. Aves has to try and get to a safe position, especially with the Nightfall used. It's Sugetsu now as he holds on from main. Oh, cut off from his teammate. Still gets a kill. That's 3 in the round. Aves way gets one of his own, but it's a 1v1. It's Sugetsu versus Benji Fishing. He's just sticking it. Already halved, but the timing good from Sugetsu. And right now, Team Heretics, even when they get a great start, they cannot convert.
Sugetsu had a day to forget against Fnatic, but this is certainly one for the books. Fantastic 4K to haul them through. So those 2 kills out of main. Perfect timing taken. You knew what KC were trying to do the whole time. Pre-fire once he gets his crosshair on the heaven angle. And then counts it down to the second to find Benji halfway through the defuse. Not only are KC maintaining that 4-round gap here, Heretics' money's on the ropes. This is such a key round for them to win.
Big swing round. Looks like C plays. Boo's just trying to confirm the contact, but it's very deep that Prowler went.
It's Narrate also bringing this op out on the attack side as well. KC happy to just post him up here on sand, let him take that line. If anyone on Heretics wants to move up and track the progression of KC.
It's nice scaling on that A side as well. Sugetsu using the smoke against Team Heretics if anybody was going to walk into that.
Tree opened up with the Prowler. Just dragging Heretics' attention away. Woot finds the molly fall at his feet. He's got to take that risk if he wants to push back through the stairwell. Woot's going to go for it. Blind is nice, but it's only one that he walks away with. An empty A site now as KC clear it.
So simple. I mean, in essence, still that spike late to go down, and Narrate's at the opposite side of the map. Heretics are getting bodies in position.
And all while this spike doesn't go down, Rian's still playing with trepidation, just wondering what this looks like. It's an ult to fake things out from Dosia as he takes up a new position in tree, crossing the line and holding on towards pit. Narrate's heard the steps. He knows about this rotation from Rian's now.
Yeah, no, he kind of becomes this one condition, a late one, but it's whether he gets into position on time, because right now, Heretics are 3v3 on site.
Plant isn't exactly for Heaven here either, would have to stick his neck out. It's Levin to put his body on the line, and that's no problem. The rate is there to pick up the pieces. Belt and braces, KC planning for this eventuality, and dealing with Heretics by the money broken, and things getting better and better for that attack side.
Feels like KC are just playing with their food, and now, for the second map in a row, we are going to see a second timeout be used by Weber. Heretics right now just cannot find the answers, and has I mean, at this point in time, you can completely understand why Weber is.
It was 82 though, off the top of my head, so correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the guy's been on form.
It's not bad stats.
Not at all. And in terms of the eye test, passing with flying colours. KC doing everything right at the moment.
And I like this. This is the first time we've really seen Heretics try and take that C space. Problem is that we're going to meet the full force of KC in a second. And they give it up so easy. I don't know if they're trying to force utility out of KC.
I mean, the difficult part is how much of this space do you want to take aggressively, right? Benji's got his setup behind. Rian's the orb as well. You're not really playing to your strengths if you do.
I mean, the pack now plays towards B, so rotates should be easy enough.
And I tell you what, Cairo, if you're looking out for Heretics here, if you're a Heretics fan,
Yeah.
God bless you. You're thinking about Woot's showstopper in the late rounds. The longer this one goes, while KC are still struggling to make meaningful moves on the map, that could look really dangerous late on. 45 seconds crossed, and it seems like we're gearing up for an A play, but Benji walks out on C, gets caught by Sugetsu. And now they're not interested anymore. They're just going all the way back.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not?
30
Although,
seconds left.
at the same time you point towards C, those guns start to point towards B on KC, and I'm worried because this is a very close quarters sight, and when we see these sheriffs up close, they can start to do damage, but not when you make
Spike
mistakes
down,
like
B.
that. For God's sake, Heretics, we're dying for you to show us something. I'm sure it's an equal round, but just hit the shots. And KC look as if they can't lose a duel.
Listen up. Kill
No.
them before they kill us.
I mean, if there was any day to have an off day, it would not be today. As we know, the stakes riding on this are your chances of going top 2, getting that bye into the playoff stage, skipping the play-ins. At the same time, it feels like Heretics almost need that right now because we're just not seeing the progress, I think, in this one. A few more results required to get them through. Weapon, man. It's not a happy bunny.
Why would he be?
Bring them
After
down.
watching this so far,
Then again, even when they were winning,
yeah.
that man is always put through it by this team, I think.
Oh dear. Aves is just solo peeking this with the spike on his back, and the thing that he doesn't realise is Woot's holding on to this angle with an operator. So far, KC have been good at clearing things with utility.
Yeah. I've really liked Aves' use of the Prowler to tee up Levin a lot of the time, but it's this smoke that makes things dangerous. And there is the Prowler.
And he's just walked through. A brilliant swing out, taking out the smokes, and Dosia as well has found Benji fishy.
Not for the first time Benji goes walking on C and gets punished.
Yeah, and now that is going to be a real issue because bodies forced towards C to clear space, and Heretics, sorry, I was going to say KC scaling, but Heretics deny that.
Oh, the timing for Woot, though. It's just off the angle. They're depending on him to keep the B space, but it's A under siege. And with that spike now heading in, we go 3-on-3 in
30
post.
seconds left.
Keep a note on the
planted.
utility in this post plant because Woot still has his raise and showstopper.
And he's a long way away, though, here. Boo has a rotation still to make.
But it's Woot, most importantly, that we have to look at. Still, as you see, they're waiting for Boo, and that time ticks down. So the utility for KC becomes even more important. The impact that it finds, everybody just hiding against the wall the Heretics had. Narrate activating at the right time. This Viper's Pit, the spam good from Aves, defumigated, and now Boo has to clutch up. I mean, he was good for it in stage 1, but will not get it here. KC are looking unbelievable.
Brick by brick, this blue wall has continued to build. And the second week is looking like it will be capped off with their 3rd win of the stage. I mean, looking at it there, Benji, you know what, mate? That's pretty unlucky. It was a jump peak where he got plucked out of the air. But then into the late round, you look at the ults that Heretics invest here. They're just running out of win conditions at this point. And KC have as many as they would possibly like. I think the fact that we've started on the attack side for them 2 maps in a row has lent pretty nicely into their playstyle. But you have to say, as good as the performance has been, Heretics just not up to the task so far.
They have not. And it's issues upon issues. You solve one and another one pops up. I mean, right now, the good thing is the C site for Heretics, when there has been an execute, has been pretty good at the holds. Thing is when you're up against a better buy, it can be very difficult to do that. Boo's Sheriff, I mean, passes the first task, but will not pass the rest. KC overwhelm this site and get the spike down.
It's another round as well where 11 is played in by an Aves Prowler. These two, the front men for KC right now, with all the rest there to deal with any further issues. Narrate's on the line. Woot is as good as dead in this situation. With the shoulder spotted, it is wiped clean off. 9 from 10 rounds, Cairo. And again, you just look at the micro that I was mentioning there. It's looking sublime.
2 rounds to play. Heretics need both if we want to see them have a lifeline and make a comeback in this best of 3. And it's an early night for all of us. Pings towards this A side for KC.
Sorry, I was just checking my watch. I can't read it. I'm joking.
That's so poor.
No, it is a fairly early one. By the series standards, thinking we were going to get a whole lot more out of Heretics,
Yeah.
but now is the chance to show it. Final gun round of the half. Kosh has missed out his opportunity, and at the second time of asking, it gets no better. Drops back to his pocket for a paranoia, but Levin is there. He smells blood in the water. Boo's got a trade at the very least, and Woo's still active with this operator.
It's a good paranoia. Woo already found out, but that classic survives it. Spike can no longer go B.
So when Heretics need a hero, he's the one to step up. Abez is trying to answer back, but it's Woo again. And so another kill taken. And signs of life showing here for Heretics. A faint pulse right now. And again, it all hinging on Woo, but with that op removed, Levin is still at large.
And there's question marks about what space
Oh my God.
that we've seen KC take as Levin continues to pull the attention of the Heretics defense.
I mean, he's just a distraction here. How many more is he going to get? Boo was low, but he's hit the head anyway. And so Heretics have sent out the search party. They're still looking for him. Narrow, in the meantime, is just creeping up behind all of this, looking to maybe recapture some of that space that Levin has opened up. And Heretics are none the wiser. I mean, this is a fantastically called mid-round so far between the two.
We've seen them do it before. Where did they set up the post plant for? Same time, Levin on 70 points of health has it. Got to think 2 bullets will be enough to take him out. It's got to be set up for Narrate's op. And, I mean, he's looking for 2 clean engagements.
No easy feat, though, and it looks like they're just going to be walking straight back into the lens. It's picture perfect for KC. Narrate spots the shoulder of Benji. It's going to go from bad to worse for Heretics. Narrate executing it. 10-1 with 11 played. You simply could not ask for more.
I mean, Heretics have done the goods in that round. I mean, the fact that they get themselves into that position. Woot has done so well. And then Levin just starts to activate. Narrate finds the angles that he's looking for. 1 round left.
Oh, no. Just disinfecting my hand and smelling it just to feel something. That's crazy.
And this is the first time in a long time I've actually seen Heretics push out C. Benji able to deny Levin his life, but at the same time he now has to try and survive the onslaught of KC players. And Abez's shorty is the one that costs life. Narrate now in the middle of B, knows there's bullets fired his way, trying to find a safe spot in which to walk, and he still gets a kill! That's unbelievable! 2v2, spike in, post plan.
KC hitting flow state. All right, there on a swivel. And with the pick going in, I mean, all attention dragged towards Tree. It's Avez that slipped the net here, though, and found some valuable heaven space. Even when that pit drops, it's an open plant for him. I think he might have got this timing spot on.
Avez back in, but, I mean, a lot of pressure on Sugetsu to deliver. And he has before. We know that. Tap of the spike, and now, with no molly, Sugetsu actually drops a pit, waits the players to come to him, and gives KC an 11-1 half on Heretics pick.
I mean, this is just utter decimation right now. Heretics picked for pieces, and KC looking brilliant while doing it. Billy caught up with Zysh earlier to chat about some Viper theory. So we're going to have to see how that went.
The last thing I want to show you, though, Zysh, was I saw this wall.
Was that the pre-record that you did with Pansy yesterday? You know, she was saying that you should just record your voice saying that, and then
No.
we just played an MP3. That wasn't actually Cairo talking.
No, we actually
Cairo
planned that yesterday.
GPT, generate me a promo. But we are listening into the comms here with KC.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
And 2.
So
Or Heretics,
That was-
or an in-zone floor.
So actually, this is something that we're trialing, where we try to do the comms, and then it's just dead air. End-zone flawless from KC, that pistol round, unbelievable. Let's be honest, and Levin looking as good as ever.
Yeah. I'm actually speechless, mate. 11's just absolutely destroyed them. And there's only one round left to play.
Yeah.
So, Heretics, they forced up all they can. They're heading towards Dozier, and he's had a pretty good day of it. Can it get any better for him? They're ecos, and we know he loves his ecos.
Oh, he was certainly loving them on Sunset, although for a minute I thought he'd managed to dodge the utility, and instead walks right into Heretics. Pistols, so upgrades to be found here. Well, only one, a Bulldog, and the post.
Filtered its way through to Woot, though, and there is a wall up from Benji CT. A little bit of util to try and play off, and that's where the majority of KC are coming from. Sugetsu just guarding any aggression here.
Same time, at close quarters, that Woot fight looks pretty good for the Viper.
Just baiting it with the pistol as well.
Yeah, and now there's going to be that swing, so
Huge.
Bulldog down. Although Sugetsu has taken a lot of damage. KC trying to work their way back into this one, but time is getting low, and I mean, there could be a lifeline for Heretics to work with here, especially when they win fights like that. Alive for one round longer.
Yeah, and it's a situation like that, actually, where you're really missing Dozier's utility. You just want that one smoke to get you on the spike in that situation, cause a little bit of panic, perhaps, make your way from backside. Nicely done, though, on the Heretics side of things. Fighting together.
One enemy remaining.
It just feels too little too late. And again, you don't want to be harsh towards this team, but they set that bar themselves. They know that right now, this just isn't good enough to be topping the group as you expect them to.
Yeah. At the same time,
one round at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that's an unbelievable shot once again from the rate. And the worst part, if Heretics do drop into play-ins, at least they do have play-ins to fix themselves out.
There.
Some tier 2 teams that can be difficult. At the same time, if you're a tier 2 team watching how this group stage has gone, you're licking your lips at some of the form of these teams.
Oh, absolutely. Having to, you know, battle it out in the lower leagues for a chance. And I tell you what, KC, they just want to finish it here and now. They can sense that blood in the water. They can smell the fear on Heretics right now. It is a 3 versus 2, and those upgrades haven't managed to find their way back just yet, but Sugetsu picks up a Vandal. And Rians is just down to 10 HP.
And Benji's got his utility in, so it's a full setup, but look at the rate, he's past the wall.
The util's in his hands. Benji needs to get on the angle. Wall goes up, notifies him. Slow creep in here from Sugetsu. Should have Rians dead, and he does. This can't be the round where it ends for Heretics. Benji's last stand made in backside B. With his back to the wall, Sugetsu will pin him there. 13-2. You could not ask for a bigger statement from the blue wall. KC have come out swinging today and take a massive stride towards the playoffs.
And a Moda Thrifty to win the